What's up, James?
What's going on, James? Yeah, I see him out there.
Yo,
Test.
everyone in the cyber world. Welcome to the blue pill. I mean, the red pill. Welcome to both pills.
What happens? That happens if you take both of them at the same time, right?
Yeah, right? You're going sideways. So.
They just put you in a different machine.
No, exactly.
What's going on, Sarah? What's up, Logan? Looking at everybody in the chat room out there already up on YouTube. Everybody standing by.
How could I get to see the chat room?
I went and do it on your
It'll show up on
device through your streaming.
my screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll be able to see it.
Once Dave switches over to the live
Oh,
one.
okay. Yeah, I just didn't want to feel left out.
Yeah.
I said if you got like put YouTube on your phone or on like a side laptop or something, and like I'm watching it on another monitor,
Oh, gotcha.
the live stream.
Cool. All right, I think we're good to go.
Ooh.
Matt, you feeling good? You ready to start?
Yeah. Let this Mountain Dew kick in a little bit.
All right, here we go. I'm going to hit the button, and we're starting.
Drop.
Is this the fucking mic? This is exactly what I should be doing.
What's up, and welcome to this week's special episode of The Drop, your weekly source for all things NFT and crypto art, as well as upcoming drops by notable people in the Mograph industry. There is an upcoming drop tomorrow by some very notable people in this industry, and they are joining us today, Mr. Jonathan Winbush and the infamous Mixmaster Mike. Thanks for being on the show, y'all.
Yo, what up? Yes, our pleasure.
Yeah, what up?
So
what up?
let's
What up?
get into it. Starting off, I think should we play the promo? So you got to drop tomorrow. A collaboration that the two of y'all have been working on, and should we go ahead and do the promo right off the bat, so that
Yes.
we can kind of tease it a a little bit?
Good
All right.
idea.
Let's check it
Yep,
out.
drop it.
Here we go.
Gentlemen, we can rebuild him. We have the technology. Better than he was before. Better. Stronger. Faster. Better than he was before. Better. Stronger. Faster.
You are standing on the verge of a great awakening.
All right.
So rad,
Super
super
rad.
rad stuff.
Thank you guys.
I'm very excited that y'all have put together this collaboration, and last week on the show, if you listen to the last episode 8, we were talking about different collaborations because we've seen a bunch of artists, like that's been a big thing in the NFT world right now, is collabing with different artists, collabing with different musicians and stuff like that. And you've seen some that are just like, you feel like it's almost just like a cash grab, like
Right.
the musician was just like, hey, make me some stuff, we'll throw it up there, we'll use my name. But
Right.
this is what I like to see when it comes to a musician and an artist collaborating together, because that feels like a true collaboration, instead of just like, oh, I'm going to make some music, I'm going to make some art. It's like the fact that I believe you guys used the motion capture in order to capture the performance of doing everything, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, well-
So we. Oh, go ahead.
No, what sets us apart is me and Jonathan are like best friends too, as almost like workmates.
Yeah.
So we're a crew. That's the difference. It's not something like we were just thrown together. we've been doing this for a long time, so we want to make that present, in our content.
Yeah,
So,
totally.
Yeah.
And that's the way to do it, like I feel like I said, I feel like there's been so many collaborations that are just kind of, they're like missing heart. They're missing soul of the project, and it's like,
Yeah.
I feel like this is a true collaboration. This is a good NFT. I feel like it's going to show for it,
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we set the bar moving forward, because I mean, we've been seeing a lot of collaborations, and it's kind of heartbreaking because, like you said, it looks like, an artist might want to get into the NFT space, but they just make music, and so they just hit up whatever platform and they just throw them together with somebody, and it kind of shows like there's no type of unity. They're not on the same wavelength or anything. It's just like, give me your music, I'll make some visuals, and we'll just throw it up there. And so, I mean, that's what I like about
at what
this
point
one.
does that just become a music video? It's
Yeah.
like,
Exactly.
what's the difference? So
Yeah.
And we're starting to see some pushback too. Like, I don't want to name any drops, but I've been following the space pretty deep on Twitter and stuff like that. And some of the more recent collabs that have been coming out, especially this week, a lot of people are just like, we're done with it. Like, we don't want these anymore. And they're just kind of tired of it because they can see, that it's not authentic. It's nothing coming together. So hopefully with this drop tomorrow, we can show that like we actually put like a lot of passion behind it. I went to Mike's and we stuck it out through the weekend, and we just sat there collaborating and working on stuff and stayed in contact every single day up until the drop coming up. So yeah, I mean, we put our all into this one here.
talk to me about how y'all met.
Yeah.
So what, you want to tell them, Jay?
Yeah, so it's crazy because I guess it happened by chance. It's kind of like I was doing VR back in the day, like 2015, right when the Oculus DK2 was out, doing a lot of experimenting and stuff. And through a mutual friend, we had a friend, Tony Washington. He knew all the stuff I was experimenting with in VR. And I guess he told Mike what I was doing. And just through, I don't even know how it came about, but Mike was just like, I'm working on this new album. Here's the track, like make something happen with it. And I put together like a prototype. And I think even before you saw anything, we set up like a green screen shoot, because I remember I still got the videos. Like the very first time we met, I had the VR headset. It was the one that had the phone in it, the Gear VR. And I showed Mike, and he was just like, okay, yeah, this is it. And then we put out the magma chamber together, which we unveiled at Comic-Con that year. And it was I don't know, it's crazy because it's like we never really talked before that, but we still put together like a dope project that just had like lines going out of the San Diego Convention Center, and we just kind of knew that we had something going from that point on.
Yeah, and shout out to Tony Washington for hooking us up.
Yeah,
Shout out to Tony. Tony's watching. Yeah, it's an amazing thing. Yeah, we just see the same thing. We have the same passion. We grew up. We're around the same age, so we love the same stuff. So I mean, whether it's like all the grindhouse stuff we were into, from the $6 Million Man of the Terminator to all this stuff, we're just into the same stuff, and we're just like a match made in heaven, and it shows with the end result of our projects. So yeah.
And the magma chamber that you were talking about, was this was this a first collaboration that y'all did together?
Yeah. So that was the first collab, which was a 360 virtual reality music video, which I think it was the first ever 360 hip hop music video.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It's September 2016. I mean, that was ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did the VR awards out in Vegas that same year, and we were like, this is when everybody was trying to jump into the VR space. So they had this thing called the VR awards out there, and they had this category for VR music videos because like Bjork at the time was heavily invested, Queen was heavily invested. They were backed by Google, and there was somebody else, but we were like up against those guys. Like we're up against Bjork, we're up against Bohemian Rhapsody, and we actually won that year for best music video up against like these titans and stuff. So I'm just like,
that's awesome.
Yeah, that was like a crazy time for us.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
no, the confidence level went up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We didn't feel like the only crazy ones in the world.
Right.
Felt like we were onto something. And,
Yeah.
That's what
'Cause it
it's
was
about. It's about the passion to pave your own way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Look at something and create a template that hopefully down the line kids will get inspired by that template and follow that diagram. And that's what we wanted to do, and that's what we wanted to achieve. Is always go. Someone's doing one thing, we're going to do the direct opposite.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're rebellious like that. So.
Yeah, and I love jumping back to the drop that y'all are doing. I love the way y'all did this. And I've been following y'all on Instagram and stuff and seeing some of the behind the scenes stuff that y'all have been doing. And you used the Rococo suit. Was that the one that you used?
Yeah.
In order to capture the movements. And what's crazy to me, so I'm watching this and I'm like, is that Mixmaster Mike's actual face? I couldn't figure this out. I was like, how did he get that lined up so well?
Yeah, so that is I sent you guys should have it, but that was because we did a photo scan of Mike through this truck called the Scan Truck. So shout outs to Jigs and Vlad. This was a couple of years ago. They had this crazy idea where they wanted to make like a photogrammetry studio in the back of like this truck. And so we were like the first ones to go in there to kind of help them out, get it calibrate and everything. But the Scan Truck, I believe, has like 140 DSLRs in there. It takes all these photos at one time, and then you bring that into like reality capture, and it makes a photo accurate 3D model with whatever you put in there. So that's how I was able to get like a photo accurate 3D model of Mike. Like I pretty much just chopped off the head, and then I made like a cybernetic body. Like if you watched the promo, he had like the mechanical arms, kind of like Jax from like Mortal Kombat, things of that nature. And yeah, we just went to town with it. But yeah, like I tried using Character Creator by Real Illusion, and it just, I'm like, we have the 3D scanner, Mike. I'm like, I might also use that.
Yeah.
Why try to create something from scratch when I have the authentic thing right there?
Yeah, totally.
How
It's a suit.
how long did the process take in total?
I got to tell you, okay, so I have a new album out. So my recipe is based on one of the singles off of my new album, Opus X. I performed all of the solos from each song. So you talk about a sweaty suit by the time.
Yeah.
I put
Right?
I put that suit to a test, man.
Yeah.
And we had to take breaks every 2 songs, right, Jay?
Yeah.
Just to nail.
Yeah,
each
well, you
one.
did because you're the performer, so you're in like that spandex mocap suit, and it's just like
Performing in my living room, right? Live and direct in my living room.
But that was the cool thing about it because it's mobile. Like, yeah, I was able to have it hooked up through Bluetooth to my laptop, and it was keeping up in real time with his full performance and everything. So yeah, that was pretty dope.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because I'm thinking to myself, so for me, I'm an action artist, so I'm like 0 to 60 in 2 seconds, and I'm thinking, is this going to capture everything? Because for me, you got to put a suppressor on me, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it caught everything in detail, and I was surprised. I was just like, not that I didn't trust the equipment in Jonathan, but
Yeah.
I was very pleased on how it came out.
Does the suit have to charge? Do you have to charge it? Is it plugged in? How does that work? Do you have to take breaks? Plug in a
No,
battery?
so
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, no, the suit just hooks up with a USB battery. So like those portable batteries you would hook up like a cell phone or something to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just need one of those power blocks, and that's it. There's like a pocket in the back of the suit, and you just plug it in there, and yeah, it lasts for like 4 to 6 hours depending on your power block. But yeah, it's pretty low maintenance. Yeah, no charging
it's
or
dope,
anything.
because right when you put it on, the Predator sound effect comes on. No, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, that was good times. That's definitely, it's like if me and Jay wanted to do something right now, he could hop in the car, come over here, and we could do it. That's the beauty of this technology. And I don't know why people aren't seizing the moments and they're just half stepping on the creative process. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
when you have
for sure.
We have all the tools right now. 2021 is glorious. You know what I mean? Like, you utilize that, and not that people are utilizing it. And I guess that's why we're here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2020
for sure.
was the year that everybody figured out how to make a lot of things a lot more mobile. So
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
yeah, so when you do this though, I'm guessing what's great is you can take this capture information and bring it in Unreal, and then you can go back and redo a performance from any angle and
Yeah.
focal length and add depth of field or whatever you want to put in there. Tell us about the capture process, like going from the capture to Unreal and what the steps were after that.
Yeah, so the like after like Mike did probably like 2 or 3 performances per track. Like he said, like when I was out there, we recorded his entire new album that he has coming out. And so in between each song, he would just come over to my computer and we would just watch the performance, and he could say, "Oh, let me do that again. I want to do this certain part this certain way." And we just captured a couple of different takes per song. So the cool thing was inside of Rococo Studio, it's all real time at like 60 frames per second. So no, actually, I think it's at 100 frames per second. So you could just hit playback, watch the performance. If you're not happy with it, just junk it and do it all over again. And so all it's doing is capturing the data from the suit, which you can export out as like an FBX. And the cool thing about it is you can actually export it out in like different type of skeletal systems. So if you use a Maya, you can export out a Maya rig. If you're using 3D Max, you can use a 3D Max rig. Or for Cinema 4D artists like us, you can actually export out like a Mixamo rig, because then
awesome.
you know you could take a rig that you have rigged from Mixamo, bring it into Cinema, and it just automatically aligns everything up. Or same thing for Unreal, you could drop it into Unreal, which I did here, and everything was just ready to go. And so the cool thing about Unreal was, I mean, you guys know because I did the course for your site there, but I was able to record it at all different type of camera angles. Like I think for this piece, I did about 8 or 9 different camera angles. And so like I took his performance, I built the environment out, put Mike in the middle of it, and just had like a bunch of cameras hitting it from all different angles, doing all types of different moves, and just rendered it out at like 4K 60 FPS, and then edited it together back in Blackmagic Resolve.
Cool. Are you able to, when you're doing the recording process, like say Mike was like, "Hey, I want to redo this section," are you able to just like, you know, similar to when you're doing a live recording or something where you say, "Oh, I just want to insert myself here." Can you do something like that? You know, or mix and match?
I took 5, 6 different takes on one solo.
That's cool.
You know, for
That's
me,
super cool.
I don't compromise. I have a lot of integrity on the performance, and I'm very methodical when it comes to fine detail. And I just wanted to make sure every solo, every stop, every pause, every flutter was precise with the performance. So yeah, that took a lot of work and a lot of that was very, very tiring. At the end of the night, I slept good at that.
I bet.
Because I haven't performed in that whole year since the pandemic, so you know I'm usually like the 5 shows in 5 cities type guy.
Got to get those wrists working, right?
Get that workout. No doubt. I didn't think it'd be like trying as it was, but at the end, it pays off, and I'm glad that I did that 7th take.
Yeah,
that's cool. That's cool.
Did you have the models and everything in at that point? Like when you were watching, when you were like playing it back, did you already have that made, or did you do that later? So what were you watching?
No. Yeah, no. So it's pretty much you're just watching it's like a mesh that Rococo has built into it. It kind of looks like that default mesh that like Mixamo has. And so basically I'm just capturing the data because I know that we only had the weekend to capture the performance. And so I did all the the modeling and stuff afterwards. But when I was with Mike, it was just I wanted to get the performances, make sure that they're right, and make sure I got as much data that I needed. So whenever I went to it later on, I had everything that I had or that I needed.
Yeah. I can imagine that you're taking so much information and you're doing so many songs. Are you planning on doing more with this? Like using them for concert visuals or, you know, a music
No,
video or something like that, you
No,
know?
you know what it is. This whole project is like, you know, the feeling you got when Star Wars ended back in the day. You anticipated the release of Empire Strikes Back.
Right.
And
Right.
so that's the mindset. You know what I mean? Of what's
Yeah,
next.
so
After you see the first one, you're like, oh, what? Okay, what's the sequel going to be like?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
have the sequel. We have it.
Yeah. It'd be cool. Oh man, it'd be hot, I'm sure. But even performing live in like a motion capture suit, you know, while you've got it live playing on screens and stuff, that'd be rad.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so
Hot
many
as
ways,
hell, but
there's
Yeah.
so many ways you could take this. So there's so
Yeah.
many ways you could take this. This is a wormhole of any ideas, anything you want to spin it from, whatever. It's endless. It's as far as you can think. There's no ceiling to this platform, and we want to respect this platform, and we want to give this platform a good look. You know.
Yeah.
totally.
And how much data does that take? Is it pretty extensive, or is it actually, does it come down to like, you know, text in the end? Like, what is your storage?
for the motion capture itself.
Just getting all of that loaded in.
Yeah, it wasn't that large at all. Like I just had it on my internal SSD because on my laptop I only have a SSD drive on there, and so I have to go back and check. But I know it was minimal. Like it's nothing too crazy at all.
And so I guess what's great then is you could go back and forth pretty easy, right? Because you could just kick out a quick render in real time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah. So how much back and forth did you do?
Between like Rococo and Unreal and stuff.
Between the two of you, going, you know, maybe tweaking something, you know, did you finish up and go your separate ways and keep working, or did you finish it when you were together?
Yeah, you know, when I performed, my mindset was give Jonathan everything he needs, so we don't got to make another trip. Give him as much content to work with.
For sure.
And sending him the music is easy, you know.
Yeah.
Just send him the music and he just does his thing.
Yeah, so there wasn't I was keeping them updated as we were working, like as I was building out the environment and stuff, because I was pulling inspiration from like the biohacking culture that's going on, you know, like people that put like chips in their arms and they're implanting themselves with all type of cyber stuff, and they're trying to like turn themselves into cyborgs. And so I was thinking like it'd be cool to build like a setting based around that culture, maybe somewhere like 100 years in the future, like we're inside of like a museum, but it's been abandoned and it's been taken over by like the cyberpunk kids or whatever that are doing like bioengineering to themselves. And so it still has like that, like the floor still has like that pearl floor, but it's still decrepit because it hasn't been nobody's been in it for a long time. And so you have like the floors are cracked and you have like all this bioengineering stuff going on in the background. So I was like, when I told Mike about my idea, he was all about it. So I built the environment and showed him, and he's pretty much just like, just take it full steam ahead and I'll check it out when you're done. And that's what we did. And I showed him it, and yeah, he might've had like 1 or 2 notes, but yeah, nothing too crazy. And again, like I was able to just knock it out and send it to him. And the funny part is like the one that we're going to show here later tonight, once we had that done, I was like, it'd be cool to kind of pay homage to old school hip hop, you know, like when you buy like a vinyl or a cassette, how you had the A side and B side, like the B side would be the remix. And so I was like, if you want to remix the track, I can actually take this environment and flip it. Maybe like the original one is red. I readjusted all the lights for the remix and made everything blue. I did completely new camera angles and everything, and then like I edited it together using the same assets that I had before, but I just rendered everything out with different camera angles. So we made like a whole complete new NFT out of it. So we're going to be dropping tomorrow the A side and the B side for the mob recipe.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. I love that.
A side red pill, B side blue pill.
Right.
B side.
So the pills are real.
Yeah.
Yeah, just trying to experiment and do stuff that no one's really out there doing. Like, because I mean, initially when we were talking, we were like, it'd be cool to put out like an NFT album. That's why we recorded the entire thing.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It's only certain platforms would be good for that. I feel like so super rare, like they're called super rare because it's all about the one of ones. Like
Yeah.
you get the one, and only one person in the world owns that NFT, and so it would be kind of flooding it if we put an entire album out on super rare, and I don't think it would be
Yeah.
as impactful if we just released a single. And so we have we have all the data. If we get picked up on another platform down the road that would be better suited for a full album, then I mean we could totally do something like that. But for now, we're just trying to put the rarest thing out possible, and for that lucky person out there that gets the one of one, you know.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
That's total bragging rights, right?
Right?
That
Right,
gives them
totally.
bragging rights to the first ever project that was created through what we're doing, and the first scratch NFT, right?
Totally.
Or first
my-
live performance NFT, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. I believe so. When's the new album drop?
New album is complete. I'm not in a hurry. But hopefully fall time.
Cool.
Cool.
Fall
That's cool.
time. Yeah.
Very cool.
It's called Magnum Opus X. It's called Opus X, and it was named after an Arturo Fuente cigar. It's a high-end cigar.
Nice.
So
Nice.
something about that smoke is different.
Mm-hmm.
So, when you're looking around on the internet trying to find a place to drop these, while you're there, I'm sure you're checking out other artists on Super Rare and on Nifty and all these other places, Rareable and whatnot. So tell us about like who you've been following and what you like.
Oh, I got to tell you, when I see all these NFT drops, my confidence just shoots up to the moon, man. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, some of them, yeah.
And I'm not saying none of them are whack. Just saying,
Like,
really excited.
yeah, it's like Matt says he knows how the sausage is made. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. I know how the sausage is made. So it's like seeing some of these, I'm like, okay, why is that special? But because I know how it's made, it's like, okay, that's
You gotta let it
I
be the
get
art, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you ever buy a bunch of mangoes, you cut them up, and they're like dry and bland? You're like, oh man, where's the juicy one?
Right.
Cut
Right.
this one open. Oh, there's the juicy one. We want more of the juicy ones. And anyways, yeah, I mean, it might sound like a crazy like analogy, but I'm just saying, like, one mango could ruin the rest of the mangoes.
Yeah.
As far as the platform goes, because people look at these and they go, oh, if this one's not so good and this one's not so good and another one's not so good, why are we looking at this platform now? You know what I mean? So there should be some kind of filter of these. You know what I mean? Someone should moderate this. You know what I mean? Like, they should have like
Curation.
auditions.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably
Audition.
why I'm not on Super Rare or Maker's Place yet. They won't let me in.
We'll talk to him, Matt. Did you
please
did
do.
did you apply for Super Rare?
I applied for Maker's Place. I haven't applied
okay.
for Super Rare just because I don't have enough stuff out there. I had a feeling they'd probably look at my stuff and be like, nah, this kid. Who's this kid? We don't need him
Who's
on
this
here.
podcaster?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, as long
No,
as it's dope and you put effort, it shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you really care for it and you have a lot of passion for what you do, it shows in the piece.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's the thing that I
ahead.
think like with these pieces, these NFT pieces, like when I first was looking at the space a couple of months ago, it seemed like it was more about like the story behind the piece. And like you were saying, like, how the sausage is made. So it's not special in that regard. But what I was looking at was like the backstory of like the artist or what they were thinking about when they were making the piece. And it seemed like at first that's what was kind of resonating with a lot of people, like you'll see an artist saying like, I grew up in Guatemala and I only had like a piece of wood and some ink, or something crazy. And this is how they were starting to create their art. And you can see it like come through in their art. But now since like the flood and everything, it's been kind of hard to find like the special pieces and stuff. And so I hope it gets to a point again where you start hearing like interesting stories about artists, or if they're doing collabs, like it'd be cool to like have both artists together, kind of like what Blake and Paris did. Like I thought that was really
Yeah.
dope. How they got together and they were able to tell their story together. Like, hey, this is what we were thinking when we created this. Like,
Yeah.
that's the type of stuff I think will resonate in this space.
I agree.
Again,
And
yeah.
this is the same thing that I was talking about last week. You know, when you look at Paris Hilton and Blake, Catherine, like you would immediately think, oh, that's kind of a weird, collaboration. But I mean, knowing Blake's work and knowing Paris Hilton, it's like, oh, this is a perfect collaboration,
Right.
And the thing that I loved
Yeah.
about their collab as well as y'all is that y'all are both in this, 100%. It's not like, here's what annoys me. When I'm putting together my list
You know what
for
grinds
the
my
Monday
gears?
drop, the Monday drop, when I'm putting together my list for like all the nifty drops and I see all these musicians and they haven't even tweeted out that they're doing a nifty drop, to me that there's no heart in that, it doesn't feel
Yeah.
like they're doing it for the art. They're
Right.
doing it just for a cash grab. But being able to see that y'all are retweeting stuff and talking about the drop and really excited about it, that's what makes me know that this is a good collaboration.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. And why get involved in something where you're not even halfway or you're not even a quarter involved in it? Why
Right.
get into it? I mean, it's just like you really want to, as things pick up, you want to look back and go, oh, I did an NFT, and you want to show that to your grandkids, or you want to show that to people, and you don't want your grandkids to go, damn, that's kind of whack, Uncle.
Yeah. Dude, Grandpa sucks.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You want to make something that you're proud of.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, do something that you're going to be proud of later.
Yeah.
Yeah. And musicians, I mean, I can speak as a former retired musician, we did it for the love of music. We did it for the art,
Exactly.
And it's like, sure, we all wanted to become famous one day, we wanted Mixmaster Mike status, but, it's like we're still, even at that level, you're still doing it for the art.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that takes us back to the VR stuff. Like, we didn't earn any money off that. Like, we just collaborated because we thought it was fun and we were just putting out dope stuff and trying to raise the bar in that platform. So it kind of just brings it back full circle to what we're doing here. It's like, nothing is for certain, like we could drop this and get like no bids on it. But at the end of the day, it's like, we know that we put our all behind it and we have fun doing it. And that's all you can, think about at the end of the day. It's like, yeah, we put something dope together, and I'm more proud of that than anything. So
Yeah.
It's the collective effort.
Yeah.
The collective effort and the experience, because we know we know what we're doing.
Mhm.
We know what we're doing, and that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
And we have faith, and look, we're still hungry. We're passionate, and we're addicted to what we do. We're creatives that have a lot of integrity, and we're not going to stay in the safe zone. You know what I mean? We're
Yeah.
not staying in the
Yeah.
safe zone.
Yeah.
This is the
Not to say,
box zone.
I say shout out to Brilly and Scott Storch, because
Word.
I was talking to them for a while too, and yeah, they had a dope collaboration going on too, like
Yeah.
basing back like 5 years. Like, they're both Philadelphia natives and they've been talking
Yeah.
back and forth for the past couple of years. So it's dope seeing that, there's true relationships coming together in this space. It's not just people like, hey, let me put together your NFT, and they're like, oh, okay,
Right.
and not even understand what it is. Like, I know Brilly, like, he was kind of like educating Scott Storch on what was going on, and I guess he already dropped some stuff before that, so he was like already hip to what was going on. So I think stuff like that moving forward, I would love to see more collabs like that moving on.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, and Scott is one of the great pianists of our time. So
Mhm.
it applies to this platform as being entertained, right? It's not just a moving picture with the logo in there, like
Right.
some others, like.
Right.
No, I'm just saying. But I'm just saying, like. No, I mean, yeah, what was I saying? Like, I mean, there's just stuff out there that I've seen that I'm like, really? Are you really? are you really going to put this? Are you really going to sign this off and drop it on the platform?
Right.
Are you really going to go? Let's go gung ho, because it's like, you know, if your friends were true friends, I go, yo, maybe you might want to work on it a little bit more before you drop it.
Right.
I know you want that money. I know you
Right.
want that money bag and that money grab, but work on it. Like, come on, like, just make something dope, because you're a dope artist. And, and you shouldn't not want to make your brand. You don't want your brand to, you know, to suffer from putting something on whack.
Yeah.
Because all eyes are going to be on this, and plus these artists, I mean, their fan base have no clue of what an NFT is, right?
Right.
Most of them don't.
Right.
Yeah, they're hoping to. A lot of people who jump into the NFT space are hoping to get other NFT collectors, you know, let alone like if I made an NFT, posted it on Facebook, you know, who am I expecting my mom to buy it? No, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I think it's important that that musicians who are putting these out are kind of explaining it a little bit to the audience, you know, because it really helps when whoever is doing it gets involved in the process, and maybe not just puts out a tweet and says, hey, I'm doing an NFT, but like maybe puts out some other information about it or other things that they like. Maybe if there's a good video about what an NFT is, you know, retweeting stuff like that. That's pretty helpful. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. And putting better teams together.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the most important part, I think, about this entire collaboration.
Yeah, teams that practice together.
Yeah.
there's you know, there's always an energy between different people in a band, you know, guitar player, drummer, whatever. And the same thing can apply with somebody you're working with on a collaboration, having the right kind of energy between the two.
For sure.
Oh, no doubt. So I mean, me and Jonathan teach each other things every day, every phone call. Or it's like, we could do this, we could do that. So it's just like, it's just like all of these ideas. And I actually write down all of these ideas. Like, I got a pad of all these ideas of what we can do. And, you know, 45 seconds goes really quick on an NFT. Yeah.
And I love that. I feel like more NFTs need to be like this. You know, this has got substance. You know, it's like a short film almost. You know, it's 45 seconds, sure, but it's like a short film. You know, versus one that's just like a single picture, or one that's like, you know, a cool, you know, satisfying loop or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, if me and Jay make something, we wanted to make it a point, like when it ends, you want to press it. You want to press play.
Right.
You want to keep pressing play because there's, you know, something you missed. There's subliminals in there and whatnot. So that's when you know you've made that's when you know you've made yourself happy as a creative. Is when you can't get enough of it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, totally.
Play it on loop. So yeah, that is definitely what we're aiming for when we create. Is just giving them enough to where it's just like, damn, we want more, or we want that. Where's Empire Strikes Back?
That's why you buy the B side, right?
There you go.
There you go. The A side. Yeah. So whoever wins the A side has to get the B side as well.
Right.
Yeah, which is totally different. You want to cue? Are we playing the B side too tonight?
I only give them the A. I think I only give them the A side.
Yeah.
Oh, you give the A. Okay.
Yeah.
We do that. Do you want to do that now? Do you want to premiere?
Yeah. You want to take a look at the NFT that you're dropping tomorrow?
Yeah. Let's roll it.
Let's do it.
Should we sound the trumpets?
Ding, ding, ding,
let's
ding,
let's
ding,
go.
ding.
All right.
Let's go.
Let's watch it. Here we go.
Enjoy, everybody.
There we go.
Love it. Love it. So good.
So that's
So
gonna
good.
be tomorrow.
Tomorrow on
4:20,
Super Rare,
Super
right?
Rare. Yeah.
What time?
I don't know. I'm still debating because I know gas prices were kind of crazy this
Oh,
week.
okay.
Yeah, they
So,
were. Good
yeah,
old
I might
Ethereum being at an all-time high.
Right.
I might stay up till like midnight, maybe midnight or something, just to try to get that low Ethereum blockchain gas price. So
How does Super Rare work again? Is it auction that you eventually accept, or is it because I know that's how the way Maker's Place works, and Foundation is 24-hour cycle.
yeah, so I was gonna play it by ear tomorrow. Like I was gonna post it up because you could do it several different ways. Like you could just post it up and then people could just bid on it, and then whatever you're happy with, like you can accept the bid, or you could just leave it up there and let people outbid each other. Or you could set it up for like a 24-hour auction. Like you could set like your reserve price like 5 ETH or something. Then once somebody bids 5, then it starts that 24-hour clock on there, kind of like Foundation.
Gotcha.
And then there's a buy now feature, which if you could just put it up, say like we want 10 ETH for it. Someone could just buy it, and then that's how it is. So still trying to figure out and kind of gauge which the best situation would be for that. But yeah, well, we'll play it by ear, figure it out as we go.
Cool. Well, good luck to the two of you. I've been very excited about this collaboration, and seeing everything that y'all have been doing. I feel like y'all, this collaboration is the one that everyone should emulate as far as a working relationship, a working collaboration on an NFT.
Yeah.
So I hope this raises the bar for collaborations, and I'm sure it will.
Yeah, no, 100%. We should all collab together at one point. We'll all put something together and
That'd be fun.
hit that 4-way collab, put it on something crazy. But
That's right.
Yeah.
Voltron up.
Yeah.
You see, the dog agreed on that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
and I had to mute it.
The dog wants in,
That's
right?
funny. Yeah.
That's funny.
Any questions? I'm gonna put it out there for the chat. If anybody has any questions they want to put out there about this before tomorrow.
Drink every time Matt says y'all. Dude, you're gonna be drinking nonstop.
Yeah. See, EJ's here. I know EJ has a question, right?
Yeah, it does. Someone said play it 5 times in a row, please.
It'll be up on Super Rare, so make sure you go up there and make a Super Rare account so you can at least favorite it, because that helps too with the views. And if you hit the heart button on there and favorite it and everything, that makes it go higher up in the queue there. So make sure you guys have your Super Rare accounts ready to go for when the post goes out. Make sure you follow on there. superrare.co/Winbush is where it's going to be at. And then tomorrow we're going to be doing a Clubhouse chat tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Ness actually hooked it up for us. So Ness put the Clubhouse together for Mike and I. We're going to be on there. We have Savage Talks that's going to co-host it with Ness, and then a bunch of more people from the NFT community. So everybody's more than welcome to come. We're just going to hang out, kind of talk about the drop. Hopefully it's doing good at that point. And we'll just see what happens. But it should be a good time tomorrow. Like I haven't been up on Clubhouse too much to understand it still, but we'll figure it out as we go along. Like I've been on there just kind of trying to figure it out, but it's still kind of new to me.
So that's 6 o'clock. That's Pacific time, right?
6 o'clock Pacific.
Specifically Pacific time.
Specifically Pacific time.
Yeah, the Pacific to be specific.
To be specific. Okay. All right. Cool. And can everybody get on Clubhouse now? Is it still like an invite thing, or is it like, okay, everybody's cool now? Just hop right on.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. I know it's still just an Apple thing, but I'm not sure about.
Now I thought I heard something about you could do something.
I think
now for
it's
Android.
coming soon. I don't know. I don't know if it's coming.
All right. Cool. Any
That's
other
cool.
questions in the chats before we wrap it up? Are we gonna watch it again before we go?
Yeah, let's watch it one more time before we get out of here.
Okay. Here we go.
So, real quick, so if they follow you, Jonathan, on on super rare, they'll get a notification the second it goes on sale? Or do you want people to follow you on Twitter or whatever so that they can know?
Yeah, you could do both. Like if you follow me on Super Rare, as soon as it gets posted, it's going to send out a notification through auto followers saying it's now live to bid. And then you want to make sure you follow Mike and I on Twitter as well, because of course we're going to be posting up promos and doing the whole nine. Like we've been doing promo all week, but yeah, we're going to be putting out more stuff tomorrow. Maybe even put out the B-side tomorrow online on social media, so you guys can check out the B-side on there as well. Cool. I think I like the B-side more than the A-side. What do you think, Mike? Like, I mean, when Mike sent over the remix, I was like, we were debating. We're like, dag, like, should we make this the?
I was hoping I wasn't gonna outshine the first version. It kind of got outshined a little bit.
Yeah, it's like you've done it once already. You can perfect it the second time, right?
Yeah.
No, but they're both beautiful in a sense that one is cinematic and one is just boom, punch you in the chest.
Yeah.
Full on hardcore hip hop, and I'm definitely pleased with it, and I can't wait for everybody to really embrace this thing. And I want to give a shout out to Diane at Copeland Entertainment, my crew, Beastie Boys, Cypress Hill, Travis Barker. Happy birthday, Shavo from System of a Down. And just all my crew, man, my whole entire crew, my army out there.
Awesome. Cool.
You want to watch it again?
Oh, and the invisible scratch pills. Can't forget my other crew.
All right, let's watch it again. Here we go.
Let's watch it again.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Cool. Yay.
Yeah.
All right.
Since Mike got to give his shout out, I have to give my shout outs too on my side. So yeah, shout out the whole game night crew. We got EJ, James, Fried Pixels, Kinza, Sarah, who else am I missing? Kev from over at maxon.com. Make sure you check out Rob. He just did a foundation drop today too. Of course, you guys make sure they check out your guys' stuff on Rareable and Foundation. Try to think if there's anybody else that I'm missing on there that's going to yell at me later. But shout out to everybody out there, Game Night crew, everybody just holding it down, the NFT community. Of course, Ness for hooking us up tomorrow on Clubhouse, and then us to say El Rock out there, South America, Carlos down there in Mexico City. I could go on forever, but yeah, I mean, we've been getting a lot of love in this community, and everything is greatly appreciated, especially the Mograph community, how everybody's looking out for each other. I mean, It's been just dope to see everybody just holding everybody down. So hopefully we progress this forward and just keep it moving.
It's a good community.
Yeah, shout out to my dad, Mark Schwartz. Shout out to Steve Jordan. We have an album out called Beat Odyssey 2020. Check that out. And a big shout out to my man Bootsy Collins.
Awesome.
Cool.
Awesome. Well, cool. Make sure to follow Winbush on Super Rare to catch that drop tomorrow. And for when it drops, be there.
Yeah.
So cool.
Social media. What is your social? You're on Twitter, Instagram, all the things.
At Mixmaster Mike.
On all the things. There you go. All right. Cool.
On Facebook, it's at Mixmaster Mike official.
Official.
On
right.
Facebook.
Okay. Official.
Yep.
All right. You ready to get out of here?
Let's get out of here. Thanks, y'all, for joining us. You can check us out every Monday during the Mograph.com podcast, the second half where we talk about all things crypto and NFT. Thanks, Jonathan and Mixmaster Mike, for joining us for this week's episode of The Drop.
Drop.
Is this the fucking mic drop? This is exactly what I should be doing.